Hi. Yep, I'm back with a book review. Yep, it's been a couple of weeks. It certainly has. I've been busy though. I've been consistently reading and reviewing on my blog. I think to the tune of 16 books that I've done since I've done a video review. Yes, I've done a couple of other videos, discussion video, a book wrap up, and a couple of book hauls and things of that nature, but I've read some pretty good books and I really would like to share them, at least a few of them right now. I got some encouraging comments from you guys saying, don't worry, do it at my own pace, don't make it work, don't be stressed out. And that's very encouraging. So I think at this point what I'll do is I'll pick a handful of books out that I really would like to share, and then maybe, who knows, I can go forward from here and not get so far behind again. Now, I'm going to start off with baby teeth. I'm going to let you know in advance that I did this video once already, and because of, I don't know if it's because A, it's nighttime and I've got other lamps on, or if it's because the book cover is white, but it's called Baby Teeth, and guess what? You can't see the author's name. It's Zoje Stage, Z-O-J-E Stage. And I googled it and it's Zoje. So I apologize that the actual name doesn't come through, but there it is. In the description box below, I will, as always, include the Amazon link, the author's name, of course, the book's name, and the blog description. So if you're interested in if you're interested in purchasing the book, at least even though you can't see the author's name on the book cover itself, you'll be able to get it that way. Let me just jump right into it. Of course, it's 2 minutes. Wow. Okay. The description is, sweetness can be deceptive. A battle of wills between mother and daughter reveals the frailty and falsehood of familiar bonds in award-winning playwright and filmmaker Zoje Stage's tense novel of psychological suspense, Baby Teeth. Afflicted with a chronic debilitating condition, Suzette Jensen knew having children would wreak havoc on her already fragile body. Nevertheless, she brought Hannah into the world, pleased and proud to start a family with her husband Alex. Estranged from her own mother, Suzette is determined to raise her beautiful daughter with the love, care, and support she was denied. But Hannah proves to be a difficult child. Now 7 years old, she has yet to utter a word. Despite being able to read and write, defiant and antisocial, she refuses to behave in kindergarten class, forcing Suzette to homeschool her. Resentful of her mother's rules and attentions, Hannah lashes out in anger, becoming more aggressive every day. The only time Hannah is truly happy is when she's with her father. To Alex, she's willful and precocious, but otherwise the perfect little girl, doing what she's told. Suzette knows her clever and manipulative daughter doesn't love her. She can see that the hatred and jealousy in her eyes. And as Hannah's subtle acts of cruelty threaten to tear her and Alex apart, Suzette fears her very life may be in grave danger. Their baby girl after all. Okay, I am trying to move my laptop because it seems that it wants to give a horrendous glare. However, I'm going to have to refer to it. Now, before I start, I want to say I'll say a couple of quick things. First of all, it's a psychological thriller, but it's borderline on horror. It reminded me of a movie I saw years ago called The Bad Seed. It also reminded me of a book called The Lies We Told by Camilla Way, which I believe I read in September. Other books that I've heard connected to this or referenced to this are The Good Son, The Other, Gone Girl, and The Omen. So those references will kind of give you an indication about what the story's about. Now, we're talking about a 7-year-old psychologically disturbed little girl. Here, Hannah is mute. She's unable to speak or doesn't speak. Yet she can read, she can write, she can reason. Now, she's unmanageable, so her mother has to homeschool her because she doesn't do well in school. Now, as Hannah is growing, Suzette can see clearly that she's very very unloved by Hannah. Hannah does cruel, cruel things to her, horrendous things to her. All the while, however, Alex, the father, thinks that this is just his little angel. He just keeps choosing Hannah's side of the issue, not his wife's. That's something that is pretty significant. Another thing is there is a twist, and this twist takes this already incredibly suspenseful story and totally reshapes it. Now, I'll say this. I read this book in one sitting. Why? Because I kept seeing Hannah just go from this to this to this to this. Each time, Suzette got really, really, really messed up. I'll even say at some point, no, I won't say that. I'll leave that for you. Anyway, let's see. It's written from both perspectives, Hannah and Suzette's. So therefore, we can see that Hannah knows what she's doing, and she is very, very clever. And having the story told in her perspective, I think, is very wise on the author's part. As mentioned in the blurb, Suzette has Crohn's disease, and so she's very, very, very disabled by it. It's very debilitating. And this reflects in her situation with her daughter. Also, let's see, what else do I want to say? Because I don't want to give you any spoilers. Let's see. The way the mother describes Hannah, the way the father sees Hannah, these are all very significant. And Hannah is very, very smart. She knows how to play one against the other. That's about it. I do want to say one other thing. I'm debating, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. I would say this, that in the case of Hannah, as I said in my review, I am unfortunately aware that fact is not always stranger than fiction. And so if you're watching this, you'll see why I'm hesitating. Because, yes, it's a fictional story, but there are factual comparisons. You have disturbed children, psychopaths, sociopaths, people who become hardened criminals due to these traits. You have children who are treated by a therapist, psychiatrists. You have children who are even institutionalized. So it's pretty significant when you compare it. Even for a moment, if you want to suspend the fact that you're reading fiction, your mind may go there, because mine certainly did. Also, this is a debut novel. I thought that was pretty incredible because, no, it's not unique. It's not like the only person who ever thought of this plot, because after all, I mentioned the book The Lies We Told by Camilla Way. I mentioned the movie The Bad Seed. It's been compared to The Omen and to Gone Girl. So yes, it's not unique, but it's a very, very well-written book. It kept me very, very intrigued. I read it from cover to cover in just one sitting. Yep, one sitting. Did I say it's a debut novel? Because it is. Sorry if I've already said that. It's terrifying, it's suspenseful, and it has an amazing conclusion. I would definitely say to grab this book, read this book, grab The Lies We Told by Camilla Way, and let me know what you think. I'm very curious. I want to give a shout out to my friend Elizabeth Spooky House of Books, because she took me from somebody who loves psychological thriller to reading a book that is kind of a horror story. So thanks, Elizabeth, because I don't read horror. All right, thanks, bye. Thanks, guys. Goodbye. Wow, that was horrible.